guys, it's Unblessed Data bringing you another review. This time we got the newest episode of Hannibal. This one was for the records because, man, a lot of stuff happened in this episode that greatly affected everything, the whole story, and gave us some answers to some questions that we had from previous episodes. So all in all, it was a good episode because it delivered. It gave us answers, and it gave us more questions. But before I get right into it, I want to let you guys know that this review will contain spoilers. So if you do not want to know what happened, go watch the episode and come back. So instead of going through like everything that happens, how I usually review this, I know this review's a little bit late, so I'm just going to go through the major points and not bore you with everything. So, right at the beginning, Will, there's like one of those scenes where Will has this like spirit animal, I want to say. It's like a moose type thing. I know it's not a moose. Someone corrected me in another previous video. I forget what it is. Maybe an elk? It might have been an elk. Anyway, so he sees his, I'm just going to call it a spirit animal because I don't even know what it is, but it's a spirit animal, okay? So he sees this like spirit animal walking by. It dies, and then he crawls out of it, but he himself, Will, looks like the Hannibal monster that he sees Hannibal as when he sees Hannibal as a true self, the completely dark black person with antlers. So he sees himself as that. So now, when I'm watching this, I'm like, well, I guess it's true. Hannibal has complete control over Will. Will has no say in what's going on. Hannibal is just completely manipulating him. But later in the episode, this big reveal comes up. We see Jack, and Jack hasn't been in a couple episodes now. Like, you know, he hasn't been present for a while. But now we know why, because he actually is working with Will, because they show Freddy Lounge. She's still alive. And Jack and Will are pinning everything on Hannibal and putting more and more stuff to him so they can finally catch him. See, I suspected that in last episode, but after seeing that at the beginning, where basically we see Will turn into another Hannibal, like metaphorically, it's like, okay, I guess Will's done now. I have no hope for him. And then at the end of the episode, we find out that Freddy's still alive, and Jack and Will are working together to bring down Hannibal. So that was awesome. But before that, we see this body. It's all burnt. It's like rolling down this little ramp in a wheelchair, burnt. They identify it as Freddy, but we later find out that it's actually not her, but that was just to trick Hannibal. So other than that, we see Margot, and Margot is pregnant with Will's child from last episode. And Margot's brother, Mason, of course doesn't want that, because then if she kills Mason, her child will be the heir to their company. So obviously Mason doesn't want that, because he wants to be, controller of the company. And we see Mason, and he's really demented. He, drinks tears, first off. That's really messed up. He, collects them. He made a child cry, and then get this little swab and put it on his tears, and he, just collects the tears. That's messed up. And it's weird, because we see Hannibal, and he's doing all these messed up things, and then we see him, and he's kind of messed up in a different way. So we have two sides of the messed up spectrum here, Hannibal and Mason. That was pretty crazy in my opinion. A different kind of messed up, but still messed up. So the other big points that I just want to bring up is that Mason is actually having therapy sessions with Hannibal, so now they're talking to each other, and Hannibal can use him as another killer to kill people, to bend to his will. And the other big thing that happened was Mason obviously does not want Margot to have this child. So he plans a car crash, and so Margot's in this car crash, and basically he abducts her, puts her in this little set up medical facility he has, and makes her incapable of having children. So he basically just kills a child in her, and then now you can't have any more. That was really messed up too, and it's weird to see that how Mason is I don't want to say serial killer because he's not, but well, he kind of is, but he's messed up and he's sick and demented, but not in the same way as Hannibal. And I find that very interesting, because if Mason was just another Hannibal, it'd be kind of really boring. It'd just be the same thing over. But they put Mason as this equally twisted character, but in a different way that brings different light to the whole situation. So now Will's child is dead, along with Margot's, and now there's no heir to the company, and Margot can't kill Mason if there's no heir. The last thing that happens in this episode is Will finds out that Mason killed his son, basically his unborn son, and he goes berserk. He goes up to him, starts punching him. They're fighting over the pig pen that Mason made, the one that's, man-eating pigs there, and he almost dies, but Will lets him go. And he basically says, you have to watch out for Hannibal, not me. But they're kind of threatening each other back and forth, so it's going to be pretty cool to see where that goes. But those were the big events that happened. Other than that, Alana confronts Will, tells him that, I think you're a killer. But he says, this is one of the best scenes in the whole episode, he says, no one's going to believe you. Like, no one believed me when I told everyone Hannibal was a killer. And that's saying something, because now Alana feels exactly how Will feels. So I thought that was good. But other than that, that was basically the whole episode. I thought it was a pretty good episode. For some reason, I think the episodes are kind of slouching a little bit. I don't know why, but I still really enjoy them, and I think they're really, really great. So what did you guys think about this episode? Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.